SportsCenter tonight here on ESPN Radio. I'm Ian Fitzsimmons, flying solo tonight, which is always dangerous. And joining us right now, a guy I've known for a long time, one of the best PR and marketing men in sports at any level, joins us now via the Subway Fresh Take Hotline. Hurry to Subway for the new $4 lunch, a 6-inch sub and 21-ounce drink, just $4. Subway Eat Fresh. He is John Maroon. He's been Cal Ripken's longtime publicist. He's been with the Baltimore Orioles for years. Also was the PR and marketing manager for the Cleveland Indians. One of the best in the business with a news twist on the state of baseball. John, we appreciate your time as always here on ESPN Radio. If Ryan Braun called you right now and said, John, you've been doing this for a long time, I got to remake my image, what would you tell him?
Well, thanks for having me, Ian. I think what Ryan needs to do is start to talk a little bit. And here's where the dilemma is, a PR dilemma and a legal dilemma. They always butt heads. And right now I'm sure there are lawyers right and left telling Ryan, you can't say anything, you can't say anything. I would discourage that. I think he needs to come out. I think he needs to apologize, again, not just via statement. People need to hear him and see his words. And I would also recommend that he do it with the local press. The guys who've been covering him day in and day out. It's important if he has any chance to recover from this.
When you're battling the attorneys, how difficult is that to do? Because they don't want you to say a thing. But you know that to start to remake his image, quicker is better. How difficult is that, and how slippery a slope is it?
It's nearly impossible at times, because the difference is PR advice and legal advice. Legal advice is scary. They tell you that you can hurt yourself forever, that you can even go to jail. And so lawyers are generally going to win in that battle. I would argue that there's a happy medium. There always is a happy medium. It's a matter of finding that. And right now, Ryan's in a very unique situation. He's going to miss the rest of this year. He's going to come back. You know he's going to get tested hard, and he's going to have to play the rest of his contract, or whatever new contract he ends up with, clean. And it's going to be a test case. It's going to be an example of a guy that's going to say, he has an opportunity to say, listen, I'm going to come back. I'm going to be clean. I'm going to play this game clean, and you're going to see what kind of player I am. And I hope the fans can forgive me and let me start anew. But they need to hear him and they need to see him. It's not brain surgery. And I would encourage, Lance Armstrong did it with Oprah, and that was a fine choice, I guess. But I would say, look, Ryan.
That didn't work out too well.
No, it did not. It did not. And the problem, mostly because he didn't come clean in that interview. But I would also say to Ryan, when you're ready, do it with your local guys first. They're the guys that are with you day in and day out. Do it with the Milwaukee media. There's no such thing as local media anymore anyway. It's going to be national. And then when the time comes, then you could do the ESPNs and the MLB networks, et cetera. Take care of the folks that have been there watching you, covering you, and for the most part, giving you the benefit of the doubt up to now.
John Maroon, president, Maroon PR. He's been Cal Ripken Jr.'s longtime publicist. He worked at the MLB, PR director for the Baltimore Orioles for years, here with us on ESPN Radio with a different twist on what's going on around professional sports. A-Rod's image also is right there in the ditch. What would you do with A-Rod?
A-Rod's a tougher one to figure out. I mean, because A-Rod, it seems like we've been talking about Alex and cheating for what seems like 10 years. It hasn't been that long, but that is a challenging one with Alex. I think he was almost the opposite. Less is more with him speaking-wise right now, because it seems like every time he opens his mouth, he's getting in trouble. The MRI and the other doctors and the outside doctors, and sometimes I think the perception of Alex is that he thinks he's too smart for his own good. So in his instance, it's almost shut up and play. I think people have Alex Rodriguez-itis, and they don't really need to hear from Alex anymore. He just needs to go out and play. And I think that the Yankees, and he need to go behind closed doors and figure out a way to play nice together and get on with their lives, one way or the other. It isn't easy.
Social media today, John, it makes guys like you're dealing with guys like Cal Ripken. I mean, you're very selective as to who you come in and work with. And by the way, if you're looking for a good PR guy, Maroon PR, that's probably the way to go. With social media today, how much has that changed the way athletes are viewed and the way they can connect with fans and anybody through Twitter, Facebook, whatever,
yeah.
and it just changed the way that we view our athletes in sports? It's
changed everything, Ian. I mean, and thanks, by the way, for the compliment. The check's in the mail, but it has changed everything. And Cal and I talk about that too. There weren't, back when he was playing even, which was not that long ago, There wasn't the 24-hour news cycle. There weren't every phone now didn't have a camera. Every moment of your life wasn't captured and shared. It's a very challenging environment for professional athletes and celebrities to handle. But the key is you just got to be smart about it. Utilize professionals to help you with that sort of thing, and realize that you can't say anything casually. You can't say anything simply. You can't just tweet something because you have an emotion. Because even if it's up there for a second, it's out there forever, and literally forever, and it'll follow you.
Ask Johnny Manziel. Ask Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
John, we appreciate your time. I know you're at Cooperstown. I know it's no living person is going into the Baseball Hall of Fame tomorrow, but obviously Cal is reading it's a big moment for Cal Ripken Jr. tomorrow, is it not?
It really is. I mean, it's Cal's first time because of his family commitments and his boy entering college. It's the first time he's been back since he was inducted in 2007. And the ceremony that they're doing is about 12 guys that never had proper Hall of Fame inductions. So Cal's role tomorrow, he's going to read Lou Gehrig's plaque, and it's very meaningful for him, and he's excited to be back.
That's awesome. That should be a good moment tomorrow, to say the least. Enjoy it, John. Thank you for your time, as always, here on ESPN Radio.
Thank you, Ian.